From the shotgun, it's Vick. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Off the play fake. Boyle. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He got 29 yards that time. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Gun!
Back to throw. Boyle. Being chased out left. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hurry up, here we go.
On 1st and 10, Boyle almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Off play action. Boyle. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Boyle forced out to his left. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
That one goes for 24 yards. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. Flush to his right. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Vick readies to throw, and he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. 3rd and long for Vick. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Throwing right, and that's complete. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
On first down, Boyle. Steps away to his, and a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Looking to throw on second down. Boyle. And he's going to go down again. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Here we go. Blue 90. Blue
90. Off the play fake. Boyle on the move to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This will be fielded at the 17. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 51 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10.
Eagle.
Vic operating on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'd be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Eluding the pressure right. And he checks this one down to Williams. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now here's Vick. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Now they toss out wide to Sanders, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Tackle that.
What we They're trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Gone! Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Over. Hey, watch that. Check right.
To throw on 2nd down. Boyle. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently, they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Over. Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Boyle. Looking deep for Gabriel. And got his man complete. A big play on 3rd down for the Lions. 54 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field.
Now, lucky 56.
Throwing on 1st down. Boyle, pressure from his right, and he goes down hard. Flat on his back. Derek Rivers coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
No. Check. Patriot. Watch him now, Barney. Over. Watch the curl. Watch the twist. Gun.
Looking to throw on second down. Boyle. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this.
Hey, let's go.
Second down, Vic. Escapes the defender. Throw left side taken in by Meredith. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Vic on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. 3rd down here.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Line. 300. Double. Check.
On 3rd down, Vic. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Lions will take over. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Detroit!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Set! 3-19! 3-19! Watch him now, Barney!
To throw again. Boyle. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He got 29 yards that time.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Dancing to his left. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. He's checking. Crash. Gun.
Throwing again. Boyle. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
On 1st and 10. Boyle stepping up. He's going to keep it. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Here we go now. Green 39.
A give running left. It's Sanders. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Check. Patriot.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Gonzalez puts this one through. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And an alley to run. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Detroit. A great play there with what will be called a 107-yard return. And the Lions are in for 6.
We've sat in a lot of meetings, and they always talk about the offense taking advantage of beginning a half. The special teams coaches don't listen to that. They want to take advantage with their own unit, and they just did.
Yeah, they trailed in the locker rooms, and they changed that immediately.
I think they drew that one up special. That felt like something he pulled out of his pocket that he'd been holding for a while, and they were able to use it effectively.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
4 down, 4 down. Stay flat, too.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Let's go. White 20.
Vic now from the 50. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Cameron Meredith with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And that will tie things up at 13. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of the team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
To throw on 2nd down. Boyle buying time to his left. Looking deep for Gabriel. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. Taylor Gabriel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said, it's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. He finds an opening past the 40. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Being chased out left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, Vic. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On third down, Vic out of the gun. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Green 39. Green 39. Detroit! Detroit!
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Samson Abukum in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Fielded at the 33. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A huge play there for Chicago. And even 50 yards.
Eagle.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Damian Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Lambeau on for the extra point. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And that will tie things at 20 all. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out in a good one as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And Detroit getting set to go now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They go play action here on first down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. That'll bring up second down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Space to maneuver at the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Lions on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Come on, let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Now Jones. Found his target. It's Anderson. An excellent pickup at 34 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back now at Ford Field. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
Here we go! White 90!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The Lions on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here we go. Grand 38.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Flex round. Flex round. Let's go. White 90. White 90. Under 10.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead. Gonzalez to add the PAT. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Double.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Bears on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Single. That's alpha.
To throw, Vick. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. A first down throw coming for Vick. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They give him a gain of 38. First down, Vick. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And that'll set him back 5. Now a second down throw for Vic. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Man, we see a lot of quarterbacks try and do this. They get out of the pocket, they get in trouble, and they try and force the ball into their star receiver to make a play, sometimes whether he's open or not. And I think this time, it was definitely an or not.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Finding some room at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it? They
really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Let's go! What? 90! What? 90! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Jones now. Off play action. Out to his left. Incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Come on, let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Ohio! Ohio! Check three! Check three! Check three! Watch out!
Here's Jones. Off the play fake. And it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Come on, let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
And the blitz does come. Rolling to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the... Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. Vic to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on fourth down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears draw a bit closer.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So here come the Lions now. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here, or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go. White 90.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38. He's coming, double up. Shift. Watch the shift.
Right back to him on 1st down. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
Throwing Jones. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 16. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time, gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. This is where you learn a lot about rookie quarterbacks. How can they run that 2-minute drill? We're about to find out.
Yeah, and for them, it's not just proving it to guys like you.
And that's caught inside the 30. That one goes for 36 yards.
In a 2-minute drill, we often talk about taking care of the football, but sometimes it's just a matter of who wants it more. How about him going up top on a 50-50 ball and taking it away for a big play?
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the fourth. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. That is incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Jones to throw again. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Derek Rivers in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Looking deep for Gabriel. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 37. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
So here's Vic following the interception. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's in! Are you kidding me?
How do you give that up?
One of the most improbable ways to finish a game, and they do win it on the final play. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
Whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his 2nd touchdown there. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.